What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Game On Improve Your Health podcast. My name is Austin J, or hallucinodream if you know me from the gaming community. And joining me again is my lovely wife and co-host, Christina. Thank you for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
It's always your pleasure. And tonight is episode 13. I believe I just got that correct. And it is a follow-up and question and answer to episode 12, which was about workouts that you can do at home. So we have one question we're going to answer, and any questions that come in, of course, and go over anything we think that we may have missed in the last episode or that we just want to add to. So we'll start out with the first question. We'll just get the ball rolling. The first question that came in, the first and only question was, how or am I able to bulk with at-home workouts? So am I able to gain lots of muscle with at-home workouts? And the answer to that is it depends, really. So it depends on a couple of different factors, right? So your body weight would be a heavy indicator of it. So let's start with body weight first. Your body weight would be a good indicator. So generally, let's say you're going to do a push-up. You're pushing up. My body weight right now is at 150, right? So I'm doing 150 pounds worth of resistance. So that's enough to probably build a certain amount of muscle. After I get really good with that and start pushing more than 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 plus reps every single set, I'm now going into endurance and not as much gaining muscle. So it all depends on, you're going to gain the muscle initially, and then you're going to plateau because that weight is only so much. The resistance is only so much. Do you have anything to add to that? If you don't, I can continue.
No, I mean, I just think, then are you going to talk about things that you can do?
Correct. We're talking about body. So, okay. I'm going to continue then.
Okay.
Now, body weight will get you far as basically until you plateau, right? It's all individual variances is how that is going to pan out. And then you can do, and you can do body weight to a lot of it would be, you can use for cardio. Sorry, just totally lost my train of thought. But what you can do because the question asks, can you bulk with at-home workouts? Yes, you can, especially with resistance bands. We've talked about in that last episode, and a little information here. I'm trying to think of the word I want. It's like 11 o'clock.
I know it is late for us parents.
But I do have a resistance band and at-home 90-day program running right now. It's not running, actually. It's a promotion. I'm running the promotion right now for a February 15th start, if I'm getting that correctly. Let's look at the date. I never know my dates. It is the 15th, which is a Monday. It is $100 for the 90 days. That is $200 off. It's after the promotional period. It's going to be $100 a month. It is good for beginners, good for people who are transitioning out of, the gym or might not know how to start at home. It requires resistance bands and body weights only. So it's as an interactive app where you can directly talk to me, ask questions. It gives you all the videos and instructions you need to be able to do all the workouts. And I'm running that promotion now. The link will be in the bio. It'll be the best way to get to it. Just fill out the form, and it's first come, first serve. I'm only taking 10 clients. So just want to throw that out there. But resistance bands will be your best friend if you want to gain weight, bulk up, gain a bit of muscle while being at home, especially during the pandemic. Now, the resistance bands are fairly cheap, and there's a whole saloon of workouts you can do. We didn't touch very much on that on the last episode, so we're going to touch a little more on it today. That's something we wanted to add to this episode, since we didn't last time, because I didn't realize how many workouts and how long the episode. We could have talked for hours.
Yeah.
But we don't want to bore you, which, anyways. So the resistance band set we have two different sets, one of which has, I'm not even 100% sure of I don't think it gives you actual resistance. It's just light, medium, heavy, and then extra heavy is what it says. And the extra heavy is actually really hard.
The ones do have
the second
weight,
ones,
I think. Yeah.
So the second bands, let me finish. The extra heavy is actually very hard to actually pull. So there's a lot of resistance on that. The other set, it does have weights on it as attachments. I think we spoke about that in the last episode. Both are less than $30 a piece, right? So we paid about $60 for both, and it allows you to do every single muscle group. But it goes up to 160 or 170 pounds of resistance. That's a lot, okay? Especially if you're going to do isolation exercises. You're going to do just one single arm biceps, whatever it may be. That's a lot of resistance you're probably not going to hit. So resistance bands are beneficial. You can hit every single body part, basically your shoulders, your biceps, your triceps, especially the ones with the attachments. My program doesn't specifically use that one because it's more for like intermediate type advanced. I mean, somebody who has been working out for quite some time, right? But you can do your core with it. You can do squats. You can do deadlifts, and with these resistance bands. And it is, I mean, there are people coming out saying how much muscle they've actually gained during the pandemic just using resistance bands, and now it's giving resistance bands an even better name than they already had because they are actually just that much. They're just that useful.
Effective. Yep.
And effective. Now, do you have anything to add?
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, you have a weighted vest, like that weight vest. That's always a good, I think, tool, as well, if you want to add just some weight. So, like as you're doing squats or push-ups or planks or something like that, it does just kind of like already up your body weight. So that's kind of a good investment if you are looking to bulk. So after you have already kind of maxed out your own weight and your body has plateaued, then you could add something like that if you were interested. Or just, I don't know, like there's like just household items. I mean, you could literally fill up a bucket of rocks, right? And use that as weight. I mean, like that's what we do at the Spartan races. We literally carry a bucket of rocks, or we carry logs, or, so don't be afraid to kind of get creative and use things around the house too.
Yeah,
like kids.
You can
have kids.
Yeah.
Carry
I think
them
we
around.
touched on that as well. My one shoulder, because I carry my daughter around virtually in the same arm every single day, all day.
Yeah.
My one shoulder. I don't know if those of you on YouTube and Twitch, if you can see that, the one is huge. No, it's not. It hurts a lot worse than the other one. But
or like I'll carry her around in like that little like pack. So like sometimes if I do squats, then I'll just put her in there and we squat together. She claps for me. It's a 2-for.
That's right.
2 for 1.
You're welcome. I taught her how to clap.
I get a cheerleader and I get some extra weight.
That's right. We taught her how to clap. But yeah, that is a very good point. The body weight vest, the vest, is actually a pretty good idea, especially for if you want to just add that to your body weight exercise. Let's say you don't really want to transition into the resistance bands yet. You can just get that, and you can use that for lots of different things. One thing I would recommend against doing though is buying the weighted vest and doing cardio with it if you have never done it before. That will do more damage to the joints than good. So use that very wisely if you're going to go that route.
Yep.
Using the buckets and rocks, like a 5-gallon bucket you can get at Home Depot or anywhere. You can even cut open top of jugs and put rocks in there, and you can tie strings to them, right?
Or like sand. Like you could put sand in like milk jugs.
Yeah, milk jugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fill it with rocks. You can use, and you can increase your grip by
We can't
adding.
do that because we don't drink milk. I was just thinking that.
Yeah, well, people drink water. You can buy water.
Oh,
And
yeah,
water is very
that's-
cheap. So
that's
even if
true.
you don't want to drink the water, just buy it and pour it out, or you can just
Yeah.
keep the water in it
Yeah.
and then add rocks.
That's true.
You can put
Yeah.
some heavier ropes on it or a towel, tie it around the handle, and
Yeah.
there's extra grip strength, right?
That's
I mean, there's a
true.
lot of stuff. We'll make a video and put it on our YouTube on some of this stuff. Now that we're saying it, that's a very interesting thing that maybe we can do. Household items that can be turned in to maybe help people turn into weightlifting equipment,
Yep.
right? So we'll do that for you. But that's a very valid point.
I have those sometimes.
Sometimes. But resistance bands are a good way to add bulk, and then you can use other stuff. You got to be creative. If you go on the internet and you research household, or DIY, like do it yourself, workout equipment, you'll find everything we just said
I'm
plus
sure.
a lot more.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people who are very, very wise and can come up with the most ingenious ideas
Yep.
on how to use a crayon to lift weights, and it'll turn into 10,000 pounds. People are crazy, and it's, so if you just go online and Google some of that stuff. Now, if you have any questions, obviously, or if you're not sure exactly how to do some of these workouts, you can always reach out to us. We'd love to answer. Or, again, the internet would definitely be.
Yes, and, of course, be smart about it. Like, don't put a bucket of rocks on your back and start trying to do push-ups. Like, probably not going to end very well,
Speaking of buckets of rock, so we and I have a buddy. I have a weight vest. I told him about how I was running with the weight vest. Don't do this, okay? He said years and years ago he put bricks and rocks in a backpack to try to get a weighted vest and would run with it.
Ugh.
I don't know if you know what that's going to do, but it's going to bounce off your back. He said his backbone was severely bruised after doing his run. Like, that wasn't obvious. I would imagine he did this when he was pretty young.
Yes.
And wasn't really thinking about it. Don't do that. Do not use a backpack and fill it with stuff. That is, it's like stuffed animals, right?
Yeah.
If you carry around stuffed animals, that's fine. Not going to do very much, but at least you have company.
Yep.
Don't put rocks and bricks in a backpack. Don't even use a backpack. Okay? That's not an at-home deal. If you see that on the internet, ignore that. That's going to hurt.
Can you use, sand?
Can you use sand?
Soft?
Sand can quickly harden, especially if you're sweating,
True.
right? And your sweat's going to get on that bag.
That's true.
Let's try to avoid the backpacks.
Yeah.
We don't want it, and plus it's going to pull back on your shoulders, and especially if you're doing running or you're doing some kind of squat.
Oh yeah, I definitely would never run.
Yeah.
Run with it. Yeah, it's just gonna mess
The
up. 'Cause
backpack's
now,
putting
you're-
weight too far back, and
Yep.
that's not natural because you don't have that weight back there.
Yeah, that's at least the weighted vest is a little bit more evenly
It's
distributed.
neutral, yeah, because
so.
yeah, you have weight on the front and the back, and you can
Yep.
alter it. You can lighten it. So I always keep it even. I make sure that I don't have more weight on the front than I do back. So at minimum, it's the weight vest I have is 2.5 pounds each little brick, and it goes up to 5 on each
Not
side or
actual
whatever.
bricks.
Yeah, they're not bricks. Don't worry. I think they're called bricks. Anyways, but I always keep it even and make sure there's 2.5 at least on the front, 2.5 on the back for 5 if I really want to go light. So, that's just a warning. Try not to do that. We don't encourage people to do stuff that will hurt themselves.
Yes.
And if you have any questions, again, reach out to us. We would love to answer. And if we need to make a video on it, or if you're concerned about it, or concerned about your form, you can ask us about your form. Send us a picture or a video. I actually just helped a buddy on his deadlift form recently because he was deadlifting poorly, and then sent me a video. I corrected it. He deadlifted poorly again. I corrected it, and now we'll see where he stands again. It's okay to have bad form, okay? As long as you're noticing it and you're catching it and you're trying to fix it and asking for help. He said that he watched some videos and it was a little difficult to figure out exactly what he's doing himself, and that's where having somebody else with experience that can help you comes into play. And everybody has a smartphone. I think I said this as well. Everybody has a smartphone or lives near or around somebody who has a smartphone. You could take a video, send it over to somebody. They can analyze it. It's pretty beneficial, and then you can work on your form from there.
Yeah. Well, and, that's the benefit of doing, body weight or resistance at first, because it does allow you to start to get your form down before you just go right into weight. So if you've never squatted before and you try to all of a sudden do, a weighted squat, you don't have the form down. So now you're at potential for, injury because you're not doing the form and you've added weight. So, it really just helps you kind of get your form down first.
Yeah, form is everything. You absolutely do not want to continue doing workouts with poor form because you will get injured, and that is not beneficial whatsoever. That'll prevent you from gaining any muscle. So, those are some ways to bulk, and there's some ways to use resistance bands as well as some other things, household items, and we will touch more on household items in a video. I think that'll be a good one. we can make a series of those because I'm sure we're gonna miss some. There's a lot of things you can do. So.
Yep.
If you have any questions, again, reach out to us. We'd love to answer them. If you are interested in getting any online personal training, we do have an academy here at One Punch. You can go to onepunch.net. The link to the promotion will be in the description as well. And for those who are watching on Twitch and YouTube, it will be, well, you just have to go to onepunch.net, but I'll post it afterwards. But it will be in the description. So, and again, it's beneficial for beginners, people who are transitioning out of the gym, people who might not know where to start at home, or anybody who really wants to improve their gaming performance. Improve your health first. You improve your health. You improve your performance.
Yep, and even even if you're not a beginner and you've gone to the gym, but now you're just struggling with how to, how that does translate at home without having to buy an entire gym. Like, it's been really helpful for us just at home. Like, we aren't beginners, but I needed something to help me just get on track from not having gym and all of the equipment available to us. So
yeah, it definitely helped. I will
Yep.
say that. So, but other than that, we're going to wrap up today's episode. It wasn't really the longest episode. Again, my name is hallucinodream, or Austin J, or hallucinodream if you know me from the gaming community. My links will be in the description as well. And if you're watching on Twitch, you can find them in the description as well. Over here, or you can't see her, but is my wife, Christina, co-host. And her links are all invisible. For those watching live, the links over here on the left, our Twitch channel actually has changed. We have officially, I forgot to change it before doing the podcast, but we officially have acquired the One Punch Twitch channel name. So it's not Twitch TV. It's Twitch TV, but it's not One Punch TV. It's just One Punch. So over here on the left, it's actually the Twitch. All these are the links, except for the Twitch. It is just One Punch. Those will all be in the description. You can find us there. That's where we will be recording live every single week, Wednesday at 7:30. As a matter of fact, the next 5 weeks, I think it is, right? Because Christina's in school.
4 weeks. Or, no, 6 weeks.
Okay,
I don't know.
The
Between
next 5
4
to 6
and
weeks.
6 weeks.
So 5 weeks, we'll average. is going to be at 9:15 on Wednesday. 9:15 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. So you can join us January 27th at 9:15 p.m. Eastern on Twitch and YouTube live for our next podcast channel. Sorry, there's a little distraction going on here.
Sorry.
But it's okay. And we're going to wrap up this episode. Sorry, this episode we recorded very late. It was pushed back. And sorry, it was a little unorganized. But we will be back next week. Hopefully you guys can join us. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Ask. We'd love to answer them. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.